Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Understanding Revelation 12 and 4. This video was inspired by a comment a dub HNIC made regarding Revelation 12 and 4, and he broke the scripture down terribly wrong. Now, a dub is a person that exploits the secret society within battle rap.
Masonry. It also represents the 33% of angels that fell from heaven to work on that left-sided path, alright? To work on that satanic path, if you will. The two intersecting seas.
He's going off. Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman. Now, this woman is symbolic for the nation of Israel. Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion, also known as the nation of Israel, to a comely and delicate woman. A woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. The sun is a representation for knowledge, and the moon is a representation for understanding. And upon her head a crown of 12 stars, which is a representation for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Genesis 37 and verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream. He is referring to our forefather Joseph, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. In Joseph's dream, the 11 stars was a representation of his 11 brethren. Now, Joseph also was a star, and 11 plus 1 equals 12. Revelation 12 and 2. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. Now, the scripture is twofold, okay? It's from a macro sense, it's Yahushua coming out or being born out of the nation of Israel. And from a micro sense, Mary giving birth to Yahushua. And the time frame is spoken of in Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Let's prove that. Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star, referring to a chariot, in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together. He demanded of them where Mashiach should be born. And Mashiach means anointed. All right, let's jump down to verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the sons that were in Bethlehem and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. And he did this to offset prophecy. He was attempting to murder Yahushua to offset prophecy. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, In Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered, which is spoken of in Matthew, the 2nd chapter, because Herod was bringing hell on our nation in the attempt to murder Yahushua to offset prophecy. Verse 3, And there appeared another wonder in heaven, And behold, a great red dragon, which is symbolic for the pagan Rome Empire, which were Edomites, having 7 heads. Now, the 7 heads include what? The Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, France, and Great Britain. Okay? These are the 7 heads. All right? And again, the Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, French, and Great Britain. And 10 horns. Now, you can associate the 10 horns with the EU. All right. Now, they started off 10. However, Esau added more countries to offset prophecy, and now you have 28. And 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven. The tail is referring to the military might. The 3rd part of the stars of heaven is a representation for the southern kingdom. At that time frame, the 3 tribes that were in our land in Jerusalem were Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now also you had a sprinkling of the other tribes, but these 3 were the predominant tribes, okay? And did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And again, that child is Yahushua. Okay, so this is what Revelation 12 and 4 means. Lord will, you are edified. Shalom.